heard any of the white people that I know say that they going to their cousin house. Who house y'all be going over?
Cousins, our parents just don't like each other. The problem isn't that we don't have cousins. Our grandparents grew up in a time where the ideology was have more kids than you can afford. The problem isn't we don't have cousins, it's just our parents don't like each other, never have liked each other, which is why the only time our aunts and uncles ever show up is at family functions when grandma is present. And since grandma's gone, they don't show up to nothing.
Okay, I keep seeing this question, do white people have cousins? Because you never hear us talk about our cousins. I've never actually thought about it before, but this is why I think you don't hear us talk about our cousins. White people are not as communal as other communities, as the Black community, as the poly community. We are more individualistic, and so typically you're close with like your immediate family and your grandparents. But when we're talking aunts, uncles, and cousins, you mostly see them at holidays, maybe a couple of times a year. Well, obviously this doesn't apply to everyone, but in general, you're not seeing them like that, so they're not going to talk about them like that. And they don't live close together typically, right? Like family is like very spread out, whereas if my girls are like, I want to go see Titi's 5 minutes away. If they want to see Nana and Papa, they're 10 minutes away, right? Like we live close together. Also, white people are toxic. So a lot of the times when we're little, like our family has already cut each other off to where like I got cousins I've met when I was like 5 and that's it, because my parents had an issue with their parents, never saw them again.
One thing that will always fascinate me about white people is the lack of cousin involvement in their lives. Like, I come from like what I would say a mid-sized Mexican family. I have 27 first cousins. And I know that's not even that big. I know that people have like 100 first cousins, you know what I mean? But like, I see my cousins, I keep up with them, I know what they're doing. I may not talk to them every day, but like I know what they're up to. One of my cousins and I talk every single week. And I know my mom's cousins. My mom's cousins are routinely in my life. And my mom's cousins' kids. So like, these are all people that I at least see every 6 months to a year. And with white people, I'm like, damn, you really have 2 cousins out there and you never see them. Or if you have more than 2 cousins, you still never see them. And they're just not in your life. Like, where's the drama? Where's the spice? I think they'll just see each other for like weddings and funerals. And I feel like cousins are such an integral part of Latino culture in general. And I don't know, I just find it really interesting. I'm like, wow, this person shares your DNA and you know nothing about.
Do white people have cousins? And as a Black person that grew up with white people and has white friends, I rarely hear white people talk about their cousins. And there was a post I saw in which this man was talking about his cousin, that he kept specifying my second cousin.
My second cousin, my cousin, second cousin, but I don't.
And I put up a comment that said, it's funny to me how white people specify second cousin. I don't even know what that means. My cousins are my cousins. It's an interesting cultural difference. And subsequently, the comments proved my point. I got an organization chart. I got somebody saying that your second cousins are not really your cousins. I got another person saying, well, you don't know what it means. And I said, well, me saying I don't even know what that means is a cultural difference you guys don't understand. Regardless of that fact, I do understand the difference in communal-based cultures and societies versus individualistic cultures and societies. And most of the Europeans that came over here and created the American way were very individualistic and created this capitalistic society that is America. Black people, no matter where we were in the world, have always been communal, and especially as a byproduct of slavery and apartheid and colonialism here, our kinfolk were the only safe space we had. So even if we weren't actually related, we were a family unit. And so we're all familial in that way. And I have never in my life, I put up a video last week or 2 weeks ago talking about the difference between white people calling their half siblings. You'll never find a Black person saying half siblings or this is my second, third, fourth cousin. No, they're just your cousins. And there's a lot of comments that were very telling about like, I don't even know my first cousins. I don't even know my second cousins. And I'm like, my second cousins are my mom's cousins and their kids are my third cousins and subsequently and so forth and so on. But we grew up together. We all have the same great grandmother. We have our grandmothers are sisters. We grew up as a family unit. I spent time with my cousins. We have family reunions. Like there's so many things that I think white people don't know about Black culture and vice versa. And the cousin one is really telling because I'm like, where are your cousins?